Hello, Alex. How are you today? Allow me to move this just slightly over here so I can actually see things that you guys post a little bit better. There we go. Dude, I'm doing all right. Can you hear me okay? I'm trying a new setup today. Well, let's try that again. Fantastic, great news, good to hear. All right, well, I'll start using a pick. What have y'all been playing? How you been? What'd you get? While I'm fumbling about after a day of work trying to remember my fingers. Yeah, what'd you get, man? You know, I've always wanted one of those. Always wanted one of those. I have always also accidentally found something else instead, and I'm happy for you, man. What kind of V? Maybe I should open the Discord. Yeah, it's a good idea. So I'm working with new tones today as well. Things that I don't typically get a lot of traction with, which is like lower gain. I don't know. I'm digging the crap out of this. These little. It just has a nice, kind of a roll to it. I was trying to do stuff like this on my Ironheart. I was doing a pretty good job of it. Lower gain, but still good sustain. Have not received your photo yet, but that's okay. I don't think I have a Rafi here. Streaming today. Yep, right now. Yep. Right now. So I've been working on other stuff though, like, besides the tea thing, which I still haven't done much more on. I had strangely busy last few weeks, but I haven't really done much more work on it. Still, it's the Pete Blacklead that's the most elusive part of it. So, yes, great, cool. Let me go back here. Hello, Alex Tunes. Okay, I'm sure it'll come through at some point in the future. So, in the meantime, I'll just wave. So. But no, welcome to the Fun Palace from Annihilator, which I think has got some really neat that kind of thing. Pretty cool. But that's not the fun part for me. I think the fun part is the how do they go? Oh yeah. Doing the same thing up a little higher. But then with this, because you got to do that. Photos come through. That good old internet, sometimes it takes its time. Oh, that's slick, man. Well done. I do dig the black and gold. Very, very nice. And, if you don't mind me showing the world this, I could share the screen. And yeah, that's pretty damn slick, dude. Harley Benton, no kidding. Hey, how is it? How's it play? I've looked at a few of those lately. Looked as in like, ooh, should I buy it? I'm not sure. Yeah, that kind of thing. How's it play? Share screen. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong screen. That's me. Hi, how you doing there? So back to me. Forget about that, I guess. So let's see. Unless I go like so, which would actually be kind of smart, just swapping it out. Yeah, how about them apples? Share, but in a different way. Here we go. Yeah, try it again. Hooray! Yeah, awesome guitar, dude. Very nice. Has a nice bit of metal to it. I think also, Jeff Waters would probably approve. But yes, going back to what I was saying with the... Let's see, that was here. Very cool. Nice. Well, I might have to pick one of these up one of these days. I'll try not to get a black one. I don't like to be a copycat. Says the guy who plays all the covers. But it's actually kind of a good picking exercise right there. So pick up your new guitar and play along. This 7, 6, 4. So D, C sharp, and B to F sharp on the 7th fret of the B string, and then E, 5th fret, and that's basically the shape. So. That ends on 6, so. And you have to play it with a little bit of, muting, so. And then you play the same shape exactly, but up here, up a minor third. And that's just done with a 12th fret harmonic there. So, James Hetfield style, one there on the pricier side. Well, it doesn't surprise me. I got the same kind of a problem when it comes to Randy Rhoads looking guitars. Anyway, slide up from here. So it starts on G, or the 12th fret. Then you got to slide up another minor third to the... the tone is a little Uli Roth-like today. To the B flat. But instead of going back up, you're going to go up, which is symmetrical diminished. So very nicely done there. Don't do chromatic jerk. And then, really, really cool, I gotta tell you, that whole thing. Just, I love that. It's, especially that part there, that's fabulous. Very dissonant and quite lovely. So, again, which is an E minor, what do you want to call that, interval, to a D, but it's played D, the D5, and pull off to G. E, C, open D, E flat, that note, F sharp, and then G. Anastasia Pulley teeth. Kind of like... Hey, Zero. Something like that. It is much easier on guitar than bass. It's something like that. I haven't heard it in years, but I think it's something like that. So I'm glad you guys can hear me, by the way. Like I said, I'm trying out a new thing. If you notice, there's not a large microphone in the screen today. This is not here because it's not being used at all. I got myself finally a little bit of an upgrade. Lavalier, pretty neat. Oh, hello, Mr. Dark Renaissance. Oh, hi, Addie. You're going to see some things shaking here. Let me go ahead and get off the screensaver. You might see a cat. Hello, kitty girl. Back to the main. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Metallica, man. That's how I learned to play, in essence, was all Metallica all the time. And mostly was the intros. So, play an intro. I can't think of any right now. Yeah, okay, I know how to play the intro. So next song. No, how did that go? So with Metallica, just keep in mind, I mean, you really got to, let's see, Gibson's playing V volume now. Crackles sometimes, there's a couple of things about that. Got it checked by a tech ages ago, still happens. Bought some contact, which is going to suggest something called Deoxit, which is a contact cleaner. So there you go. Yes, spray the pot. Yes, it does work. Even if it's a sealed pot, it does help. Spray, take this off, spray on the inside. Technically, you should take the pot out, spray the pot, wiggle it around a few times. Yeah, it does work. There's always been a way of posting pics on Discord. So all you have to do is post the pics on Discord. Upload the image. They have a file size limit. I think it's 15 megabytes or something like that. But aside from that, maybe it's 1.5 megabytes. Justice, by the way. That was great. That how do they go? Good stuff. This whole thing. That's it. Or was it? I can't remember. I have to probably play that again. It used to be part of my daily warm-up routine, but that was a long time ago. You want on my lap, don't you? It's lap time. That's what you're trying to tell me. Oh, my cat knows how to change tones. She's quite the fun cat to have around. Let me go back to Squeaky. I like that one. Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, I dig it too. They made two finishes for this. They made this one, and they made one that was more of a purple all over. If I ever find one of those, I'm buying it too. So. Something I ran into this morning, I did play a little this morning, I can't just go a morning without, picking this thing up, is that this thing, that whole sixes thing, big dark purple and dark green like schedule, color combos, they're cool. I always used to start this with a down pick, and that's mainly because of this whole type of Randy Rhoads deal. And it still works pretty well. But what I learned this morning, kind of by accident, was starting with an upstroke. It's a little better for me. Thing. So I came across this just, anybody here have 24 frets on a guitar? Anybody? All right, well if you don't, we'll do this down a little bit. So yesterday I was cooking off with some interesting tonalities. Because you know how when you tap, it's only so fast you can go. Combining speeds, or combining fingers with both hands allow you to play a little faster than normal. Which is kind of neat, you can do stuff like that. The same type of thing happens here. Type of deal here with the... So instead of just going, or you can just go, hey, Melina! Nice to see you're using your real name. Good, long time no see. So when you're doing that, that's kind of fun and all. That's kind of like crazy sounding, a little schizoid, right? Now that's just fun. You gotta admit, that's fun. This, and all that is pure symmetry. 15, 17, 19. There's no specific scale this is, involved with. And to top it all off, a fifth fret equivalent higher, 20, 22, 24. But following itself, this and this are the same. Pretty cool. I think it's cool. Now you can make it sound a little worse by going down one fret. And that's kind of bad. Well, let me tell you how life in the new house is. Yeah, that sounds a little more schizoid. Calm. It's pretty peaceful. Look at this. See, come here, Hopper. Say hi to the people. Hopper's happy, sleeping well, eating better than usual, so, he has less competition for food. Addie does not like canned food at all. Hopper likes canned food, any food that you give him, really. And he'll be happy to share your food with you as well. So he's filling out a bit, and I'm happy to see that. And his coat's getting all shinier and softer. So he's doing okay. Addie's getting to be her old, her snickety crazy ass self, going hee all the time in the mornings and stuff. And she's just cute as a button. But over this last month, I'm finally starting to get reoriented, like sleep, do things, work life. everything's starting to kind of come into focus. And you know what really helps is sleep. I mean, like last night was the first night in almost a month that I got a full 8 hours sleep. I got 10 hours like within the first week. I worked here. Excuse me, I lived here, but yeah, last night was the first night I actually got a good night's sleep in a while. So it's been pretty great. I had focus today. I had energy. I felt good. Things seem to be going okay. So yeah, I'm doing all right. So I mean, it's a position I hope nobody has to find themselves in. But it could have turned out worse. Yeah, I'm still not finding the time that I'm wanting to find to do some of the guitaristic things that I was hoping to by this time. I mean, we are in August. I was hoping to have at least one cover out by now. That didn't wind up happening. I started, kind of working on other covers at the same time. But that happens sometimes. That is not a banjo. Good guess, but wrong. By the way, I did get a very cool new instrument. Can't wait to use that on something. Dude, I'm sorry, I know. Nobody likes kazoo. The hell's wrong with people? Let's try that. Yeah, let's see it. No. There's other things going on too. There's rumblings that there may be a group effort in the works. Besides the Bill thing with Ride the Lightning. Badlands Guitars, no. Is that Jake E. Lee's take on what Zakk Wylde is doing with Wild Audio? Wouldn't surprise me. Or do they have kazoos built into them? Let's play around. check them out. See what we can see. Either that or it was named after, oh, that's interesting. Badlands Guitar Company. All right. How about them apples? They have a website. They look a lot like Jackson's. Gotta confess. Salute to the Sunset Strip. No shit. That I can completely agree with. So, all right. It's extremely Jackson-esque. I'm not going to call that a shark tooth inlay. Let's share screen. I'm not going to call that a shark tooth inlay. What I am going to call that, though, is if you look at it really carefully, the inlay looks a little bit like a golf tee. So I'm going to call it a golf tee inlay. Let's see, though. And of course, they've got all the bangles and the, you know, crazy flames and whatnot. They don't have black, but they have midnight blue. I don't own a yellow guitar. I'm not sure about this. It might have to change, but I will say that the control layout is very inconvenient looking. And what do I mean by that? I mean, if you're going after a switch to turn on, because the way these work is just each one of these is an on switch for a pickup. So you could technically have any of these combinations, you know, on or off for any of them. And then of course you'll probably have two tones and a master volume, or two volumes and a master tone, which doesn't really make sense to me. And why would you have two volumes on, yeah, this doesn't make sense. Or it's a volume for each of them. Now that would make somewhat sense. I mean, nobody uses a tone knob. It just isn't, it's not a thing. Nobody does that. There's none on here. I mean, if there was, you could throw it away and it wouldn't make any difference to me. So, two friends who shared a passion for the sights and sound of gears of the 80s. Fair enough. I don't hate it. I'm kind of happy about it. Let's say they got pickups, past runs, exclusive new for 2025. Let's check these out. What's the past runs? Okay, all right. Well, I love the little purple guy down here, and of course the lightning. That's something that you have to do if you like Jackson's. And then there's the kind of Kramer hollow flake. I do like how they're offering finishes that are really not offered. So that's kind of neat. But these all have 22 frets, and I don't like that. You gotta have 24. Come on, man. You know, unless you're doing the purple Strat back there, or Les Paul type. 22 frets, that's very passe. Let's go for 24. It's the modern era, man. We gotta do it. So, and what I don't have to do, I'm weird on the headstock. Needs more swoop. But if they're hiring a designer, I would be happy to help them throw down. Oh yeah, chicken picking exercise for everybody out there. Sort of hybrid. It's essentially pick, middle, ring. Back to a clean. But it's successive strings. With, I haven't talked about that, have I? So, Ozzy. If it wasn't for Ozzy, I wouldn't play the way I do. If it wasn't for Ozzy and Randy Rhoads, I wouldn't probably play at all. Although Randy wasn't the reason why I picked up the guitar. When it came down to, hey, it's time to pick up the guitar, that was Metallica. But Hammett was a Rhoads guy. So, Michael Schenker, you know, and other guys that also influenced Randy Rhoads, but you could tell there was Randy Rhoads in his playing too. But yeah, I owe Ozzy a huge debt of gratitude for making music that made me want to, you know, be a musician. So from anything from, you know, the classics. All right, so that's it. So I had to. Into the Void, you know that. To you know, Crazy Train. That's sharp, that's it. You know. You know, I'm a Randy guy. I always have been, but yeah, if it wasn't for Ozzy, we probably wouldn't have heard him. We probably may have heard Quiet Riot in later form, maybe with Randy, maybe with Carlos Cavazo. Nobody really knows. We don't. We can't predict the future of the past if it was altered, you know. But there's a great weirdness about Ozzy's death, though. I mean, he did finally he did his last concert, and less than 2 weeks later he's gone. But practically 2 weeks later. But here's the neat part about that. It was that as unexpected as it was, or as expected as it was, because he was 76, it was still unexpected. You know, it kind of, you know, it hit me pretty hard. And I listened to Ozzy for, I think, the rest of the day after that, and even somewhat after that. But yeah, there's other tunes like. I owe him everything, really. So as far as like the guitar playing thing is concerned. So I was into Ozzy before I was playing guitar by at least a year. And during that time, I just absorbed like anything I could get my hands on. You know, anything from The Ultimate Sin to you know, Bark of the Moon, of course. But and everybody plays this wrong. That hard to do, but you know, nevertheless. But no, I get a lot of my phrasing from Randy. Well, dude, I wasn't looking for one in the first place. I'm not a console gamer. I'm a PC Master Race guy. But nevertheless, I am sorry that their sale didn't go well, but I know somebody who might be interested, so I will let them know that there might be one for sale, and if they say, hoo-ha, I'll give them your contact information, if that's okay with you. So as far as the Kramer and Low-End Jackson guitars, $300-$400, Kramer had some quality control issues, like with frets, wood on fretboard, slight chip. Jackson's had noticeably fewer, better quality control. Okay, so they don't come from the same factory, but here's a fun tip that you might want to know. Kramer is Gibson, and Jackson is Fender. Have a good time with that. So, you know, however you want to think about it. But you know, it's the truth. It's kind of funny. Kramer was bought out by Gibson. Oh gosh, I want to say late '90s or early 2000s. And so anything that you buy from Kramer, you're literally buying a Gibson. Oh, get back to this is a nice little thing. Yeah, parent companies are fun, aren't they? So as I was doing before, we get a different thing going here. I'd have to turn this down too, I'm not sure. It's got a nice raginess to it. That's it. So, Fun Palace continued. Harmonized. Does not sound right at all. Well, maybe it is there. That thing right there. I really want to do chromatics today. I'm very sorry about that whole type of deal. But a better thing to realize, as a friend pointed out, let's see, you should look at who makes guitars. For example, Farwood Smith SE is made by World Musician Instruments, was told. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Honest to God, I don't get myself wrapped up too much in that. Not anymore. You know, Indonesian-made guitars can be some of the best guitars you'll ever play in your entire life, for instance. Korean-made guitars can also be some of the best guitars you'll play in your entire life. Japanese guitars, hands down, are some of the best guitars you're ever going to play in your entire life. American-made guitars is, you know, largely driven by the quality control department, whether the organization is union or not. No joke. So, I mean, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Gibson was union, and they got some of the worst QC in the history of all guitar making for 30 years running. So, I mean, I heard they got better, but, you know, seriously, come on. You get a Japanese-made Les Paul versus a American-made one, and you know which one's going to play better. It's just, it is what it is. So, sorry, Gibson, you know, don't suck. And stop with the whole play authentic thing. I think it's old and stale and bad, and, you know, come on. Do better. So. Well, I can't blame you for going. I mean, it's not something that I would ever do, free or not. But good for you. I'm glad you got out of the house. Let's see. I went to Bruce Lee's grave on Saturday. I mean, if that's of anybody's interest. It was a lot quieter than a Static X concert. And probably cool. Sorry. Well, okay, dude. So one of the things that I was talking about is in past videos is to learn how to do a lot of your own work. In fact, I even made a whole video about learning how to do some of the things that, you know, we do on a rudimentary basis, like, you know, your own fret work, for instance. It costs you the price to get involved in doing this. It costs. Beer was expensive. It was free, of course. You know, you get what you pay for, of course. Sorry that the beer sucked, though. So, but as I was saying, and I think it's kind of important to understand, is that, you know, there's only a few parts on these guitars, right? It's not like working on a car where you have to, you know, there's modern technology that keeps creeping in. You can't necessarily work on all of it all the time. But guitars really don't change as the story goes. You know, one guitar is going to be the next guitar is going to be the next guitar. You're always going to have a body, a neck. You're going to have pickups. You're going to have a tremolo or a bridge of some sort. If it has a locking nut, it has a locking nut. Some of them do, some of them don't. It probably has a headstock. If it doesn't, the tuners are going to be back here. But, you know, most of them are pretty easy, and they're almost all of them going to have frets. So the thing about the frets is once you get the tools to do it, like I said, about $130 worth of tools, more or less, will get you in there. You'll never have to you know, allow somebody else to touch your guitar ever again. Once you learn how to really do your shit, you will never have to pay another guy to, you know, maybe make it as right as you want it. It'll be in your hands, your skills, your power, and you're saving yourself at least $150 every single time you do a fret level and dress. It's, you know, and polish. It'll be all you. But I'm very glad. It's one of the things I'm happiest about ever doing, besides playing guitar in the first place, is learning how to do all my own fret work. So basically get a cheap guitar and watch a bunch of YouTube videos about how to make it happen. Frets integrated, difficult to replace. I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah. Well, nevertheless, this is a guitar. Yes, it's a little different. It's like only. I figured out why. Thanks. Yes, you see my tricks, of course. Wireless. So to answer the question, thank you for letting me know that I could not hear, or that you could not hear me. So as far as like band, what band? Dream Band? Ozzy died, so yeah, I can't play for him now. But when I was 20, that was like my main ambition in life. I wanted to be Ozzy's next player after Zach. That went to Steve Vai and then Joe Holmes, and then back to Zach. So I was not part of that pass-around pack. Oh, actually, Alex Skolnick was in that little thing too as well. But and there is some live clips of him playing like Mr. Crowley and stuff. I think he did a bang-up job. He really did well. But I'm not the only one that wanted to play for Ozzy, and decided to practice the hell out of the guitar because he wanted to play for Ozzy. Paul Gilbert was famous for doing that. He was convinced he was going to replace Randy Rhoads. He was be the chosen one, but it didn't work. But he sure can't play. But so now that Ozzy's gone and playing for Ozzy is never, ever, ever going to happen, I'll take a slightly younger 69-year-old now, King Diamond. I'd be happy to replace Mike Weed. Just give me a shot. I'll play just like Pete Black. You have no idea. I'll do my best. Really. Just let me play some King. Let me play some King. What are we playing tonight? What is that? Let me figure it out first. Maybe I'll have to figure it all out again first, but still. T, I'm familiar with that. Yeah, it's so funny. The thing about learning things and then forgetting that you ever learned them is sometimes when you have to remember them later on, they ain't there anymore because it's kind of like you skimmed the book and you could describe it to somebody, and then after you finish, you put the book away, you kind of forget about it months later. So in this case, it's, what have I been playing lately? Oh, T? Well, then I can play that. But when it comes to other... Yeah, that kind of deal. Sure, I can do that. Oh, another thing that actually is funny I've been warming up with lately is this. Excuse me. This part still catches me off guard. Black Sabbath, he recorded a song about that called Clown Crowley. I think that was Ozzy Osbourne, actually. So. Yeah. Something like, I don't know. That is another one I haven't played in a long time. I don't know. That's it right there. But, and then of course that end thing. Bob Daisley. Correct. Correct. Something like that. Or, that's it. Then he does this crazy thing I talked about the other week, which is like a minor third followed by a half step. Just played in triplets as if you're descending quickly. So just important to kind of tremolo pick that. And do you really want me to lay it out for you, man? Well, there's a couple of reasons. For one, game selection is almost unbeatable. The potential to mod is fantastic. But the real difference between mod and console, or excuse me, between console and PC gaming is the mouse and keyboard combination is an unbeatable combination. In the original Halo, they actually had an idea that they should combine the servers. It would save Microsoft money, is one of the reasons why they wanted to do it, but they wanted to combine the servers between the console and the PC gamers. And they did that, and they found that the console players died at a rate of 10 to 1 against the PC players. 10 to 1 is inarguable. It was a slaughter. Every time a console player came up against a PC gamer, the mouse and keyboard combination destroyed them. So instead of just going, you can actually kind of, you know, it's better. It's better in all areas where any kind of gaming, with the exception of flight simulation. My keyboard and mouse suck for flight sims. And keyboard and mouse also sucks for like driving sims. So for that, grab yourself a controller, plug it in, and have a good time. But aside from that, there's nothing to it. So yeah, mouse and keyboard combo. That's one of the biggest reasons why I play PC games. Also, I don't have to wait for a console to become compliant with 4K. I can do it already, and with much higher frame rates. So that's why. And I would like you, oh yeah, Witcher 4 might be awesome. I don't know. We haven't really seen it yet now, have we? So here's the thing though, one last deal about that. And I think you're going to be interested, at the very least, in trying to do this. I can build my own PC. And I have, since 2003, built every PC I've used, including the one that I'm on now. So, or at home, I should say, used at home. So try building a PS5. That's not going to happen. For one, it's all proprietary. For two, the OS is proprietary. You can't just download it and install it on something. Sony wants their cut. Their manufacturing will be very, very, you know, interested. So. Let's see, is there a trailer for this? And how about if I spelled it right? Oh, here we go. Let's see. Images, news, videos. And let's actually W here. That's all I need to say. Witcher 4. Trailer. Give me a trailer. There we go. Well, it's IGN. I'm not going to play any audio for this, but we will watch. Oh, that looks nice. And in the meantime, I'll play appropriate tunes here. Actually, it looks a lot like Witcher 3, but not exactly. So here we go. There's perfect music for this. Reminds me of the shot from The Princess Bride where people are going, boo, boo, you know. Rubbish! The queen of slime! The queen of putrescence! I do wish people would start making their own game engines again, though. It's how we get stagnation is people using the same crap over and over again, and this is Unreal Engine 5, as usual. Really neat. I kind of misread what you said. Thought it said Assassin's Cred. I'm like, well. Scary. All right, let's see. Sunset looks amazing. Guess you can't save them all. Girl Power versus the World, I think is the subtitle there. A lot of it looks really good. Who's to say what the gameplay is going to be like? I know I don't want it to be preachy. So if it is preachy, probably won't buy it. So it's one of those things. But I guess we'll find out. all of us together. So, which would be nice. It'd be very nice. But yes, for anybody interested out there, by the way, I did stumble upon a Gary Holt clinic the other day. So there's that. Yeah. Also, I can recommend this. So, when I do staccato, you mean only used doing downstrokes? Can you do alternate picking for staccato? Yeah, all staccato is essentially a muted note. So, that's alternate. Legato. You don't have to pick at all. But staccato. Let me roll back here a little bit. I keep forgetting I don't have to be close to the computer anymore. So let's get off of that and go back to main, shall we? There we are. So yeah, this. It's all, you know, picked but muted. Otherwise, it's not. But yeah, staccato. Hopper. What a good boy. He's like, no, don't pet me. I'm not. No, don't. I'm sleepy. You don't even have to do staccato with a pick. You know, you could take legato and make it staccato by muting it. That would be something I would love an opportunity to do, as well as voiceovers. I would love to do voiceovers. So, what kind of voice would you like? Small person. Hello. What kind of booming voice? Oh, I'm booming today. You know. Saying earlier, pick, middle, break. I am not loud. That's the best part. I am barely audible. But this, fun, very fun. So, little microphone here. Hello. I was going to go wireless to headphones for absolutely zero volume, but in this case, my guitar is actually quieter in the room than I am. I'm just talking, you know, normally. Yeah, well, I was asked about anesthesia earlier on, the pulling teeth. That. And this is the same. This is what I'm shooting for. Is going up this arpeggio with good tuning. I don't want to, my fingers don't want to do that for some reason. Stuff like that. So, people watching TV very loud, so why can't he play guitar loud? Well, my dear, thank you very much for asking that question. To answer it succinctly, I want to be the best neighbor you've ever had. You won't hear me walking above you. I'm on the top floor of the apartment buildings, but you won't hear me walking above you. You'll hear the cats more than you'll hear me because I walk like a ninja. And as far as like guitar playing is concerned, if I wouldn't like it done to me, why would I do it to somebody else? So, but if somebody was playing guitar beneath me, I would probably go down and give them lessons. I don't know, unless they were better, and then I'd take lessons. Hey, how did you play the thing? Oh wow, that was really neat. How did you do that? You know, neato. So. Soldering, the only thing you need to do to learn how to work on any guitar electronics, so that's something that you need to do. You should learn how to read schematics as well, or at least basic schematics, like those found on, what's the name of that thing? Seymour Duncan has a huge amount of, like, you know, here's 2 humbuckers and a volume and a switch. Here's how to hook them together. You know, you should learn how to read that. You should probably get a multimeter. That'll allow you to, and you can get those cheap. Don't think you have to spend like $60 or more on a multimeter to get basic functionality. Just go down to Harbor Freight Tools and grab yourself a cheap multimeter, or go on Amazon and get the cheapest one they have. It'll work just fine as long as it can measure ohms and approximately, you know, like start at 20 or even go to 0.2. That'll let you read what wires are what on a pickup, for instance. And there's videos about how to do all that. Soldering, though, is a tremendous help if you intend to actually do anything in the electronics cabinet. So most everything in there is soldered together. So if you got like a scratchy volume pot or something like that, and you wanted to replace the volume pot, let's say the deoxit spray doesn't work to your satisfaction, you could get a new volume pot and replace the old one with a new one. So possible to get shocked installing and replacing pickups? No, it's not possible at all. It's completely impossible. You could burn yourself on the soldering iron. I've done that before. Picking up at the wrong spot, that'll do it every time. So instead of picking it up by the handle, you reach over and you pick it up by the tip. That will hurt you. Also, forgetting to turn it off could set your house on fire somehow, some way if it's next to something that's flammable, and that could hurt you too. Just letting you know, So. I will, recite again that this is one of the few guitars I've ever purchased that I didn't have to do anything with. In fact, I was really lucky with the last 2 guitars that I've come into possession of. This guitar and the Purple Strat, I literally don't need to do a darn thing to them. Let me get that Purple Strat on, by the way. I'm very interested in playing that right now for, well, gosh, I haven't played it in a bit. So here, Hopper, hang on to that for me. Whoa, hey, I'm dropping here. Look at that. Ah, I'm swinging. Ah, ooh, ah. All right, grab that guy. Bring this over. Should attach that to my belt, but the last time I did, well, I lost all you wonderful people, and I had to get that back somehow. So anyway, with this lower gain thing, it should be pretty good. Dang it, this Strat looks great. I've said it before, I'm really not much of a Strat guy, a 3 pickups thing, but I'm becoming more and more so as the years roll by. So, oh yeah, I turned down. There we go. All right. There we go. So yeah. Well, you might care a little more if your neighbors cared too. Yeah, the one thing I don't like is that I got a neighbor that smokes pot. I'm not sure which one it is, but they smoke pot, and you can smell it in here sometimes when the windows are open. And I got my windows out there open right now, and yep, I can sure smell that they're out on their porch having a nice bowl. So, contact high, probably not, but at the same time, I think it's kind of fucking rude. So, just saying. So, as far as your sound is concerned, when you're thinking about replacing your pickups with more output, may I recommend, if you don't mind me doing so, a little place. Now, I don't know where you're located, so I don't know if the guy even does international shipping, but there's this marvelous little place on eBay called Guitar Parts Zone. And I've used several of his pickups. I love that guy's pickups. And if you want output, go ahead and grab yourself his high output Alnico 8 humbucker. He's got other ones that are pretty high output as well, but I own one of those myself and they sound great. Let's see. Where is saved sellers? Oh, there's Guitar Parts Zone, and I'll take you all there. Parts Zone. Hello. Yes, in eBay stores. There it is. Let's see here. Back to sharing the screen again. Here we are. Zuhair is your neighbor. Yeah. Stop smoking the weed. Not good for you, man. So, you know, it's definitely not good for me. So, let's see. Shop sale, about feedback. Items, blah, blah, blah. Humbuckers, blah, blah. Something to complain to the landlords about, I suppose. Now, I don't know who is doing it, but I know it's one of my neighbors because it's close and it comes in the windows every time it's open. So, I can't wait for the rainy season, though. They'll probably do that less. Just, let's see, as it goes, though. So this is Guitar Part Zone. Let's go for pickups. Yeah, you do what you want, but if it affects other people, I really, you know, like me in particular. So we have a high output Alnico 5. Notice the price, $23. Very, very nice price, I have to say. And by the way, I have a guitar with a Demon in it. The Demon's great. It's not, I wouldn't classify it as high output, but it's high medium output. It does a very good job. I don't know what you have in your stuffs right now, but I will say that let's see, concept. Oh, hi, Hoppy boy. Are you stuck? Yes, you are. You poor thing. Okay. Let's see. If I just put in Saturday Night Special, I still have to do a review of these. These are excellent pickups. Let's just do this for the sake of quickness. 8. There we go. High-powered bridge, Alnico 8. $30. He also sells it in a set for $50. Done. So. So I will tell you this. I went down to something called Mopop, which didn't used to be called Mopop the other day. But no, before I get to that story, I recommend these pickups. I guarantee you're liking them. The people that I have, there's some sort of a sales pitch here, but it's true. I don't get a dime from this guy. I'm not endorsed by him, but I absolutely love this guy's got. So, okay, so the Kiesel, you can get the specs of that. So I'm assuming that it's going to be a beryllium and is what they call beryllium and a lithium. Probably in the bridge and the neck. We get the specs of those from them. So if we go to Kiesel, if I can spell with one hand today, let's see, Kiesel, lithium, lithium pickups. Let's go here. Let's see, lithium bridge on the gear page. Let's see, love for them. Yes. I just want to know what their output is. Really, I don't want another output. I want another resonant peaks, which is what we confuse for output all the time. But here we go. So we've got 7.4 for the neck, 8.8, 8.8 for a bridge. Then there's the other ones like the Kiesel Illusionist, the M12SD. That's a classic one from Carbon days. Order sheet. Yeah, if you take a look at it and you let me know what they have, we've got the list right here. We can get a rough estimate of the output, and then we can go find a set over here that can kind of match that and hook you up. Well, I can't hook anybody up. I'm not endorsed, like I said, but what I can say is that I endorse his products. Illusionist and beryllium. Well, I was really close. I had beryllium, didn't I? All right, so on with that. Let's take a look at the beryllium. All right, the beryllium bridge, beryllium single coil. No, humbucker. Imperium humbucker, blah, 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 blah. Illusionist, humbucker, neck. Oh, your Illusionist, well, and beryllium. Okay, so beryllium is your neck, and that's the 8.8. Your Illusionist is a 15.4. Okay, so this, nope. There we are. This is a little higher output than that. It's very crisp and clean, though. Here, let me do you a favor. So you see the sound I've got right now? I'll grab the guitar with this set in it, and you'll see a difference, okay? Welcome back, ESP. Whoa, hi, Hopper. I almost ran into you, boy. So this guy's a fun one. Still connected? Yes, I am. That's good. All right. Let's go. Thorough test. There we are. Yep, same pick and everything. So you can hear it's a little, I can't say it's louder because I turned it back up to the appropriate volume, but and for the Alnico 2 in the neck. Oh, dude, active. You're never going to get me convinced that active is a good way to go. I am part of the non-active cult. So give me passive any day of the week and it will make me a happy guy. Active pickups are a one-trick pony, sir. You can get good cleans and then one particular type of sound out of them when it comes to leads. So I'm not leads, but the rhythms and leads. So when you hit the gain, I should say, that's where it kind of goes, it's kind of the same, isn't it? All the time. Whereas with with passive pickups, there's just character. And you can get all sorts of different sounds out of them with that character. So it's not a completely flat EQ. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. And I want you to keep in mind, just keep in mind, that the best guitar sound live I ever had in my life was played with EMG 81. And EMG 81. It was astonishingly good. It was extremely good projection. Yeah, it was a metal show, but I can't though, with a good heart, say that actives are a good way to go on guitar. These breathe, those do not. It's different. If they're wax potted enough, I mean these are. Where's the noise? There's no noise. It's good. Let's get some rage. No, this is an M400, but I could play some Hamity stuff if you like. That whole. That's it. Yeah. Yes, I almost forgot that. I messed that up. Yeah, so. How did that go? F. But no, I always wanted one of these. I always one of the best guitars I ever played in my young life. So 18 years old, go up to a guitar store in Tacoma that doesn't exist anymore called Sluggo Music. Sluggo had, at the time, it was a $1,500 guitar. And so this was 1992. And at the time, $1,500 was a lot of money. So, but they had a real Kirk Hammett model. And at the time, it was ESP Kirk Hammett model for $1,500. And it was new. And that wasn't a deal. That's just how much it cost at the time. Now keep in mind, today that's like $3,200 or more. But that was how much it cost at the time. And I played it, and it was like the best playing guitar I ever played in my life. And for the longest time, it was like I'm always looking for a guitar that equals its playability. That Fender equals its playability. This is close, and I haven't really done my due diligence. And I mean, I tore it apart and I fixed it. This had a big old chunk taken out of it when I had it, or when I first got it. That's why I got it for $400. But it's a $1,000 guitar. It's an M400. I got it for $400. Stripped it. Fixed the body, refinished it. Fixed the fretwork. Got a new bass plate on the Floyd here. Yes, I understand he looks like Shrek, but oh my God. I don't think I could play Blaze Bailey's stuff, man. Wait, it goes like this. wait, that's wrong. Oh well, at any rate. Oh, I like that. I'm just goofing off, guys. I'm really sorry about all the goofiness. But no, I do recommend this. I recommend these pickups highly. They're extremely good. They're crisp, they're tight, they're powerful, and they're punchy. You can get just about anything you want out of them. So, yeah. If I could play today, geez Louise. Good times. But they've got it all, man. All I think I need to do though is maybe refinish the back of the neck, because it's awfully sticky. I don't like that. Oh, that is one difference between the apartment and the house. In the house, it was just like perpetually bone dry. Every time I pick up a guitar, the guitar had a nice feeling neck. Everything felt pretty good. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take care of that right now. You see how I do it. See how it's done, y'all. If I can find what I think I can find, if I can find it. Have, or at least I should have, a tiny little piece of sandpaper in here. Did I put that up? I may have actually done what I should have done and put it up, but yeah, I guess I did. Anyway, normally I would take a very light piece of sandpaper back here. 400 grit would be fine. No thicker, no more coarse than 320 though. And just rub the back of the neck a few times with it, and it pretty much clears it right up. It's pretty nice. The Blaze Bailey thing. Let's see though. It's back to squeaky. I miss squeaky. Yeah, the 5 so the down is better. Klansman. Okay, hold up. Klansman. Oh, that's Iron Maiden, isn't it? Live, Klansman. 8 minutes, rock and roll. Now that's just pretty. Oh, I see. It's that's pretty as all get out. Pretty sure. Cool as hell. So, no, I don't know the song. So I think I told you I got off the boat when Iron Maiden released the X Factor. And most of the older Iron Maiden stuff I just don't know. Older, new, I should say, Iron Maiden stuff, I just don't know. So I got, I think the last album I purchased from them was Fear of the Dark. And I enjoyed it, it was a good album. But that was it. That was the last one. So that's a nice sound. What? Sorry. Could do all sorts of stuff with that. I like that little slide. Oh, they're tuned to D. Or at least drop D. Oh, I was just goofing off. I'm sorry. When I play things, live, unless I specify that I'm playing something from somebody else, I'm just goofing off. So. I really don't want to bend this down, while I'm doing that. Coil tapping, hey. Oh. Keeps going and going and going. Neato. Oh, okay, work email. Let me get back to the Strat. It's a nice guitar though, overall. Plays nice, but it's the pickups that are really what makes it. And as I've said before, those particular pickups are the ones that I got from Guitar Part Zone. So, there you have it. Well, at any rate, back to it. Lovely. These are pickups from a company called Klein. First time I've ever had them. I think they play very nicely, and considering they're Strat-ish. So yeah, that's why I had a story I was going to tell you all. So I went to Mopop, which is a museum of pop culture, and I didn't expect much, honestly, when I went there. I thought it would be neat just to go. It's in Seattle, and I went there on Saturday, right after Bruce Lee's grave. A friend of mine and I, we showed up, and we paid our ticket fees to get in, $60, not for each, it's for both of us. But we went in, and they had a bunch of exhibits, straight away that were pretty cool. But when you get to the music part of it, which is supposed to be mostly about music, but it's not the music that I listen to. It's music that other people who read Rolling Stone magazine listen to. So they had a massive exhibit mainly geared towards Hendrix and like the popular culture of the 90s, so like Nirvana and all this kind of crap. And I'm really not a fan. But still I'm going to walk through and I'm going to see what they've got. And they had a couple of things in the Hendrix exhibit that I think are really worth noticing and noting. The first thing was they had, as you walk in, you look to your left, and they have from Electric Lady Alien Studios in New York a huge mixing console, and at the time apparently it was $1 million, and it opens with this. It's right there. It's like blam, there it is. There's articles of clothing you see him wear like on stage stuff. It's just really kind of surreal. I mean, I'm not a Hendrix fan, but I recognize the historic significance of some of this stuff. But it was what's in a case, kind of in the middle of the room, that really got my attention. It was the same guitar that he played on, Woodstock. It was there. Right there in front of me. I could practically touch it. It was as close to me now as this guitar is to me. It was right there, encased in thick plexiglass, but that was it. And you could look at it. Really get a good look at it and go, wow, okay, so that's how high he had his strings set. He had pretty high action. And he had like really tiny frets. All the frets at the time were really, really small, I guess. I just don't know how he played it. It couldn't have been a very comfortable playing instrument, but nevertheless, he had, of course, the Strat button installed here, because he played, left-handed, so, well, he was a lefty playing a right-handed Strat, lefty. So, of course, naturally it's going to be there, but it was surreal to see that, because as much as I don't really care for Hendrix's music, I like some of it, but, it's not my cup of tea, most of it. But what really got me was, looking at that and seeing my childhood. You gotta watch this. There's lots of great guitar players, Woodstock, blah, So, you watch Santana, there's Alvin Lee, there's all sorts of other guys that are just really, really, cooking and great. But Hendrix comes on and plays Hendrixy things, and it's a lot of noise and a lot of, feedback and crap like that. And I can see at the time how it would be, a special thing, but me being a jaded 80s baby, it wasn't really that special, but it still was. It was still played with meaning and purpose, and it was really pretty fantastic. And then, of course, he played Purple Haze, but the tune he played after that is what really got me there. And it's what got me, even liking any of Hendrix's stuff, was Atlantis. That's it. That's it. That thing just sent me going, man. That was great. And this is the very guitar that whole thing was played on. So I was in awe, and I'm still kind of like going, I saw the guitar, it was right there. To me, it was almost as a powerful a moment as when I went to Bruce Lee's grave just earlier. Notwithstanding, there was some other really neat stuff too, like my cat behind me. So no, there was other neat stuff too that I have to say was pretty cool. The Captain Kirk's chair was there. There was Captain Picard's uniform. There was a bunch of Star Wars stuff, Terminator stuff. A whole lot of really cool stuff. One of the swords that the grandfather sword, I think it was from Conan the Barbarian, was there, but it's not a real sword. It was a styrofoam replica. But it was what he actually used. He held it. So, oh hey Bill! Holy crap! The fallopian mode when you're using the toaster, very carefully and usually in the bathtub. So you got to be very careful though about that. And it should fit right about here, but not quite there, and not quite there either. So somewhere in between, right there. And if you do it wrong, you'll sound like an amateur like me. You know, what's really cool is I think the color of this guitar is actually coming through this time. On my first stream with it, it didn't really quite capture it. This is looking like it's pretty close from what I'm seeing, so very happy with that. Anyway, no, fun stuff. Good guitar. Oh, by the way, if anybody hasn't done this yet, the guy right down there says Guitar for the Porters. Go subscribe to his channel. We're talking about a guy who's been there and done that, knows a hell of a lot about what he's doing. He's very entertaining. Would be good at. There we go. Turn that up just a hair. 1907, sir. And I am indeed in Washington State. There's no R in Washington. I'd like you all to know that. Well, go to bed, Zuhair. Good grief. Once again, though, before you do go, we'll cover a soft-hearted version of the Fun Palace a bit. So, this Static X cover, no. Does he? Oh, yeah, he does. That whole thing there. So, you don't have the hair. Nobody has the hair. That was all static. Wayne. I think it would be great, but no. And then you do the harmony. Yes. The fun part for the Fun Palace is this. When you hit the harmonic right. There it is. And that. Pretty sure that's that. So that, City of Ice. Okay. Stonewall good too, yes. This actually started not with... Oh, thanks, Stu. It actually looks like it this time, too. Anyway, I'll figure that part out. Live and kicking for a moment. Back to work. Yes, back to work, sir. I'll see you on them there streams sometimes when I get a break too. I'm gonna just kick with my once a week Mondays for a while until things settle a little bit more than they already are. But yes, see you on them interwebitubes. But this, I want to get back to this. It's actually kind of a nice little exercise. You can tell I'm flubbing it up a little bit, so it's a nice way to work around it. So this. Later's here. This is what gain actually helps with, I guess. Let's go ahead and, yeah. Good stuff. Yes, be well. Take care out there. Enjoy the night or the day. Maybe actually G. Yeah, again. Good stuff. I don't really know what to say about that, but... Well, with all that said and done, nice catching up with y'all. Remember, nowadays, matching purple, I think. I do have a kazoo. And so with that, sorry. And so with that, something in the future is coming up with that. But as it is for now, I'm going to go ahead and pop off of here myself. I got bedtime in about an hour. I'm just going to go ahead and decompress until then. But I want you all to be well and practice hard, practice more than I've been practicing, for God's sake, for the last month. I need to catch up just about as bad as anybody else. And so my regiment is an hour a day, no matter what, from here on out. It is important, and you should do it. And Stu, I hope to talk to you soon about arrangements. Like, hey, you coming over and bringing the guy? That's great. What time, what day, blah, blah, blah. Is it going to be tomorrow, sometime later in the week? All that kind of stuff, but we'll see. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Be well out there, even if you're all the way across the ponds. And I will see you all Monday again, somewhere between 1700 and 1800. Probably shooting for 5:30, really, in the afternoon, Pacific Standard Time. In the meantime, yeah, be well and practice. Play faster, everybody.